beautiful Virgo, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career reading for the end of May right through the end of June 2022. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details, and I'll never ask you for personal details either. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Virgo, this is your career reading. You should still be feeling that energy from those eclipses that occurred in the last couple of weeks. The first one being that new moon eclipse in Taurus, all about value, how you get a better deal, negotiating a better deal, but also creating healthy boundaries when it comes to your work life. Also that full moon eclipse in Scorpio, which is all about removing blockages and getting intense focus for the way ahead. So let us see what's coming up in your reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I start, and then we'll take it from there. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? Now, before I really start your reading, they're giving me an image in the water already. So that is unusual. The image they're showing me is a lucky cat. You know, it's I feel like it's a Japanese figurine that sort of like, I'm probably saying this wrong. I want to say this energy that's coming to me, I want to say Maneki Neko. I probably got that wrong. That's what I'm, there's sort of giving me this image of what it's called, so I probably got it wrong. I'm gonna have to look that up. Excuse me. But it's the golden cat with the paw in the air that sort of moves like that. They're showing me that in the water. Somewhere in the back of the recesses of my mind, I feel like I've been told what it was called before. I mean, many years ago. So that's showing up for you. I will research how to say it properly. I do apologize if I've said it wrong. But when I'm channeling, I'm getting images and feelings, and sometimes they're spot on and sometimes they're a little bit off. So I do you know, always say I'll look it up if I'm not 100% sure. But they're just showing me that golden cat right now in the water. So I feel like that means good luck, or it's good fortune. So that is unusual to see straight off the bat before we even start the reading. So perhaps finally you're getting a wonderful sort of ray of light here for you in terms of your career, and a stroke of luck. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to know? Well, we've got the Magician, we've got the Hierophant, and we've got the Sun. So this is really great energy. This is really positive. A lot of success headed your way. And your cards, we got the One Who Rises Up. Okay, so I mean, there's a lot of really positive energy happening here. We've got the Prince of Cups to start, introspection. So you're thinking about something, perhaps manifesting something that is truly in alignment with your heart. Also, feathers are going to be very important to you. You're going to see 2 feathers together on their own. Okay, it's going to form like, they're kind of like identical. It's almost like they're side by side. And when you really look at them, it looks like they're in the figure of 11. Okay, and 11 is a soul path number. So they're just showing me the way that they're lined out. You're going to see 2 feathers on their own. And yeah, they look like, the way that they've been lined out, they look like the number 11. So look out for that in the next couple of weeks. I mean, also with the lucky golden cat, perhaps you can see one of those right now as you're listening to this reading, or perhaps you come across one in the last, you know, you've come across one in the last couple of days, or you're going to come across one in the next couple of weeks, just so you're aware. Now, they want me to go one more. Again, unusual. So your reading is a little bit rogue. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to know? The Devil card. Ooh, okay. So there's this obsessive energy about your work. Do you want me to clarify? I just want to check to see if they want me to clarify that. Oh, it's hot. Yeah, they want me to clarify that. Thank you so much, Spirit guys. Ooh, there it is. Justice. Okay. Interesting, it's clarified by another major arcana. So it's almost like, you know, perhaps your obsessive energy about your career is justified, but at the same time there's a big decision that you have to weigh up here. There's a big question mark. We got introspection, something that you're going deep within to try and figure out with regards to your career path, but the Justice card indicates a decision needs to be made. So I will clarify with another deck in a moment, but that's all they wanted from this deck. Let's start from the very beginning. We have the one who surprises. Now this deck, it does say she who surprises, but male or female, not a gender specific reading. It's about the energy. So the one who surprises. So it says here, surprise, discovery, revelation. So I feel here that you're actually going to surprise yourself in terms of your prowess, your power, your manifestation skills, because something here that you've been thinking about for a long time it's been an intense focus of yours. It's actually showing up, and it's almost like you never thought it would come. Okay, they're showing me how hard you're working for this, the dedication that you have, but they're asking you to have balance, because there's an obsessive energy here about your work, and you know they're almost saying, are you finding enough time to enjoy yourself or have play? Because Virgo, you're the sort of sign that works hard but plays hard also. But you may have found that recently you've been in a bit of a a loop where you've been like working really hard, accomplishing great things, but you're in that sort of work-life repetitive cycle where you're feeling a little bit left out when it comes to enjoying yourself, okay? But as you can see, you're stepping into your light. This is an energy of you being, I'm getting this energy of recognition, transformation in your career, some really great, I feel like there's a great correspondence coming on in, very, very important business correspondence. So, I mean, it doesn't matter what you do, whatever sector you work in, you know, there is some sort of correspondence from a higher governing body, let's put it that way, or some part of the hierarchy. So, for example, if you work in a company, you may be getting a message from like your boss or the CEO or something like that about a job well done, something you could be really proud of. Or it can also be that if you work for yourself, you're an entrepreneur, it can mean that there's someone that you maybe want to collaborate with, or perhaps people in authority or people who are in positions to help you will sort of want to collaborate in some way. But I feel like it's more admiration. I'm just getting this energy of admiration, people admiring your skill at what you do. And I feel, you know, even though you tend to work behind the scenes and just you're always busy doing, this is a time for you to be recognized for what you bring to the table. And there's some really good news coming towards you. So I feel like this is your time to shine. But, you know, this is in your protagonist energy. So it's almost like you may be ready to surprise others with your well, I don't feel like it's with your skills, because a lot of people actually admire you. I'm just getting that. Even if they don't say it, they actually admire your, they keep using this word prowess, you know, your precision, your stamina, your hardworking ability, your ability to problem solve as well is what they're showing me. But you may surprise, as in you may decide to go for another opportunity, or you may, I mean, you are doing the surprising, but I feel also you're surprising yourself. So there may be something that you're thinking about that you've never even thought about doing before, or you have, but you've thought, maybe I'll never do it. Maybe you're contemplating it, but it feels like a step that's going to surprise a lot of people. And you're manifesting this. They're showing me whatever it is you are thinking about with the Magician card, you're actually bringing it about. You're actually turning it into reality. Your dreams are sort of showing up in the physical realm. So again, we've got introspection. So it's all about whatever it is you've been thinking about or contemplating, you will achieve it. You will successfully magnetize it towards you. But more than that, you've been working hard towards it. You've been dedicated, and you're making really shrewd decisions. The Magician is a really great decision maker, someone who is super focused, intense focus, like a laser, and also has a lot of skill, a lot of talent, a lot of precision, and a lot of capability to use their power for good, to manifest what is truly deserved, because the Justice card tells me that you deserve it, okay? All this hard work. Also, you guys want you to be aware, everything you need is within you. Okay, everything you need is within you. You have a lot of skills. Also, you have the ability to go the distance. With sustained effort, you will actually accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. They're also indicating here with the Prince of Swords and the Prince of Cups. I mean, there could have been some sort of rivalry at work, or there could have been some sort of opportunity that perhaps two people went for. Pages tend to bring news, so I feel like there could be two offers on the table, and there's one offer that could actually lead to a lot more work, which means, which is wonderful. It may, I'm going to clarify and see if it comes towards more money, but I feel this is about trying to find the balance between getting a good amount of money, but also having some sort of life for yourself so you can enjoy yourself too, okay? You've got infinite possibilities to find your path. So they're showing me that you operate like a chessboard. You know, you're always 2 or 3 or 4 steps ahead of the game of life in general. But when it comes to your career, you're a great strategist, okay? And you have a lot of inner wisdom and a lot of power. We got the Prince of Cups. So this is about your acknowledgement of what you have to offer when it comes to your career. Dedication, you love what you do. You pour your heart and your soul into everything that you do. And if it's not something that you really want to do at this moment in time, I feel like it is a stepping stone to what you actually want to get long term. But they're really showing me here an offer coming into you, something that's aligning with your true purpose, with your true heart. This is the catalyst for change. They're showing me this card is a catalyst for change. So you're seeking a deeper meaning, or you're being open and receptive to an offer that brings a little bit more responsibility, but also that brings a lot more of your heart engaged, okay? Page of Cups also is like checking in with psychic gifts, okay? So I also feel like you could be like really sitting with the source or with yourself, trying to meditate on what to do next, the next stepping stone in your career. I mean, underneath there it says introspection. Also with this card, there's an offer coming on in. So if you have been looking for an offer, or even if you haven't, there's one coming towards you that is very, very tempting. But I feel like there's 2 opportunities, and one is more tempting than the other, but there's something negative attached to it. So we'll have a look at that in a moment. Always trust your intuition. It will guide you. I've been saying this in a lot of the readings. Society, humans, we've all built a very noisy world where, you know, media shouts the loudest to be heard or seen, but also, you know, we've got traffic, we've got so many noises and everything like that. It drowns out our inner voice. So take some time to meditate or really think about what you really want to do. Your heart whispers sometimes, so please listen. It will never lead you astray, whatever it is that you want to do. Your intuition will help guide you towards that. Now, also, you could be studying for something, or you're thinking about an absolute like career change. Some of you may be really contemplating. That's where the shock comes in. So I feel like you could be studying for something or learning the ropes in some area. Maybe, you know, after the job that you're doing at the moment, perhaps you're looking at other areas and trying to take a course online or doing something like that, because we've got knowledge as the key here to you expanding in your career. So whether you're staying where you want to be at this moment in time, and you're just putting extra skills to your bow so that you can elevate your finances, there's definitely an energy here of you being like a sponge and soaking up more knowledge, okay? And some of you may actually do some sort of volunteer work, is what they're showing me, or charity work or something like that. And you meet someone who is in your sector or in your industry that gives you really good advice, and is actually someone who gives you, they offer you an opportunity or heads up on an opportunity. So I would, if you've been invited to some sort of charity event, or you're helping out doing some volunteer work, be mindful you're going to meet someone who's integral to your career later on, okay? Now we got the one who rises up. So this is where you're going. You're headed in the right direction. You're elevating. And it says here, empower, uplift, elevate. So this is with your knowledge also, but they want you to keep a level head, okay? I know you worked really hard to where you want to get to go, so you would have a level head on you, because, you know, it wasn't given to you overnight. You had to work damn hard for it. So I feel like you've worked your way up through the ladder, or the hierarchy, as it were. But they're just showing me like that phoenix rising from the ashes on her back there, that you may have gone through a very difficult journey to get to where you want to go. It may have even taken you a while to get fully in the flow or in the stream of what it is you've been trying to achieve so far. Now you may also feel like sometimes it's difficult to get past rules and regulations. It's not that you want to fast track, but sometimes you get a little bit bogged down with like bureaucracy or, people telling you this is the way it's always done, so you've got to do it this way. Virgo, you're the sort of person who sees through that and says, well, yeah, okay, I understand that it used to be always done that way, but it's better if it's done this way. It's more efficient, more time efficient as well. It saves more money. You would give a way of streamlining a job and show a person a better way to do it, but that's seen as rogue or that's seen as maverick. And some people, they how can I put that, they take a step back from your approach because you may feel like they just shut down and don't want to hear your ideas, but it's actually because they're afraid that you have so many great ideas that you could take their position or you would phase them out of the game somehow. So just watch that. If you feel like sometimes you feel a little bit alienated at work or a little bit like people look at you in a different way, it's because they see that you've got a lot of smarts and they just see that you could find a way, and you wouldn't want to phase them out. That's not your intention. Your way is to find a better way so that everybody streamlines and is more efficient. But some people are a little bit afraid of that behavior, okay, or that way of working because of the way that they've always ended up working. So if you're going into a new practice, for example, or a new job, because there's two opportunities coming here. You're going to hear you're going to get two messages for opportunities, or if you put your resume out, for example, you're going to get two responses. And going into a new space, especially if you're in a position of power or leadership or responsibility, sometimes people look at you like, oh my gosh, another new person or a new person with new rules. Okay, and you're not here to give people rules, but you're here to make sure things work sufficiently. Now, with this Hierophant card, I feel like you are deepening your connection. You've got a lot of good advice. You could be a mentor, or you're someone who gives, you are someone who is striving to be a mentor, maybe a teacher, or going into the education system. It doesn't have to be like education, like going into university or being a teacher per se, but it can be. It's more about that you give really great advice. Like you could be a personal coach, you could be a personal trainer, you could be someone who gives life advice, you could be a counselor, you could be someone who's a psychiatrist, because you're really good at understanding the human psyche, but also you are very good at you've got a lot of knowledge, but also really great advice to give people. You like to help people, okay? You like to be of service to people. I know that's such a cliche for Virgo, but in terms of work, you always like to make sure that the job is done well. And I feel like some of you could be thinking about putting yourself on courses online to learn or enhance your skills, or you're thinking about going back to college to do something. They're indicating here that you're going to rise, you're on the right path. So if you've been questioning your path, they're indicating here that yes, you are on the right path, even if you're deciding to make a leap of faith and go in another direction or another sector, okay? With this card in this position, it tells me that there's a rebellious energy about you. You don't want to do what people expect of you. And it's not because you want to shock them, it's because you're tired of people making you feel responsible for their own, for the expectations they have of you. So whether that is family members, whether that is, friends or your lover or whatever, or even your bosses or the people you work for, or even if it's like, if you're an entrepreneur, if it's like, I don't know, if it's like partners or people that are in the same industry, they expect you to go a certain way and you're like, no, I'm going to do it my own way. You're trying to forge a way in your career where you have belief in yourself and you know that what you do is different. You bring something different to the table. And a lot of people like that. Okay, that's what the world needs. We need uniqueness. We need originality. So whatever sort of walk of life you're working in, you bring something different to the table that others do not. And also, you're not afraid of hard work. Now, this card also is showing me that your guides want you to have more faith in yourself. They were just saying that, sometimes you doubt your wonderful self and it leads you to get a little bit like all of a sudden chaotic energy. You may feel a little bit frenetic, especially if you feel, all of a sudden you feel a little bit out of control. You may also feel like if you're going for an opportunity in terms of a new job or new career or something like that, if you're going for an interview, they're just showing me that sometimes you get a little bit nervous, and that's okay. Everybody gets nervous, but now this has got to be for someone in particular, because this is very precise. They're saying what they want you to do is focus on a spot on the wall and take 3 deep breaths if you're feeling nervous, 3 very deep breaths, and just focus on anything or dot or something on the wall, and just tell yourself, I got this, because your guides are actually standing by you with their hands on your shoulder. That's what they're showing me. You've got 2 guides either side, they're showing me when you go to interviews, and there's one on each side with their hands on the shoulders to bring your shoulders down, because when you get nervous, the shoulders are going up. This is what they're giving me. They're showing me that your guides are leveling you, grounding you. Just take 3 breaths to be in sync with your guides, deep ones. Okay, so someone needs to hear that out there. I'm just sending that out there for you. If you're going for an interview, of course, good luck. If you haven't got a job at the moment, there was 2 coming along, just to let you know. Yeah, so also we got the Temperance card. So they're showing me as well, when it comes to authority figures, you have some... Now, don't shoot the messenger when I say this. When it comes to authority figures, because you're very knowledgeable what you do, you may notice that some authority figures or people in positions of power in your company or where you work, you may feel like they don't deserve where they got to, because they seem to not either do work, or they don't seem to have what it takes to have been there. So it's almost like you question whether it was nepotism that got them there in the first place, because you could do their job and then some. Okay, they're just showing me. So sometimes you may have a little bit of, I don't want to say a problem with power or people in power, but you kind of look at people like, or they're just showing me there's maybe one person in particular who may have caused a little bit of disruptive energy where you're at, and you're wondering how they got into that position, or how they get away with doing no work or something like that. They will get their karma. Your guys want you to be aware of that. So don't let that person phase you or in any shape or form. The Temperance card is patience as well. You have had a long journey, a tough journey to get to where you want to go. Your guides are indicating that your dedication and your patience are taking you to your goal, your accomplishment point, whatever it is you want to complete, that you will achieve that, okay? But you must have balance. Remember, we have to keep all our energies in alignment and in balance, but if you are focused with that Devil card, like obsessively when it comes to work, then you're not completely in alignment, and that's why sometimes there's a bit of a blockage. You have to take a step back and remember that, you know, to enjoy yourself and things like that, okay? Now we've also got the One Who Avenges. So I'm picking up this energy, as I said, perhaps someone in a work environment, or there's someone toxic, or there's a toxic environment where you're at right now that you may be leaving or contemplating leaving, or maybe you're trying to protect yourself from this energy. I mean, of course, we all need jobs. You know, I stayed in a job for many, many years that was quite toxic. It was very toxic, actually, but I made sure that it didn't really touch my soul, or I didn't get involved in office politics or anything like that. And, you know, I'm not here to sell anything, but if you have a black tourmaline or a black obsidian nearby, or just hold it, you know, you can really protect your energy as well against those like energy vampires that sometimes you find in workspaces. But anyway, it's got revenge, outcomes, justice. So I feel like, you know, this figure is sitting back. You're not the sort of person to revenge, do physical revenge, okay? Those people or that situation, they will get their karma. We have the Justice card, and this is a card of justice, which indicates you will get your justice, but also you'll get good karma, and whoever has been trying to rock the boat or cause drama or anything like that with regards to your career, they're going to get theirs, okay? So just be mindful that I feel like, especially at the end of June, there is like a reckoning energy. I did a yearly reading for every sign, and in June, a tower came out pretty much for everyone, which tells me there is like a collective reckoning, or there is maybe a world event that surprises us all. But there is, I feel like there is an outcome that is positive to you, okay? But it's about you leading with integrity, with truth, and setting healthy boundaries. So for example, there may be someone at your workspace who likes to delegate all their work to you. And, you know, I feel like there's a promotion available here for you. I'm going to pull some cards on there. I feel you are headed to the top no matter what, whether you're moving into a position of responsibility. I mean, some of you are going to be deciding to maybe leave a space and actually get a new job where it's more in alignment with your heart. And it could be where you're giving people advice, or you're setting up a spiritual practice, or, you know, there's definitely an energy here of you perhaps even having 2 streams of income. Okay, because those 2 pages. Now also we've got the one who remains, powerful, devotion, true worth. So you definitely know your true worth. Okay, sometimes you doubt yourself, but I feel by the end of June, you will know that a lot of people respect you, and you're really good at what you do, but you're being recognized for it. Okay, so you will be very empowered. And I know they were showing me a lucky cat in the water, but this is a snow leopard type cat, and snow leopards, they endure difficult circumstances, but they manage to thrive in those circumstances. So your guides are showing me that you really thrive under pressure. You don't want pressure, of course, but you really thrive on deadlines or being under, under pressure. It's when you actually come to life, as it were. I mean, you're always like in the flow of things, but they're just showing me that when everybody's losing their SHIT around you, you're the one who's really calm and you find a solution. You're the sort of person who is valued at wherever you're at, okay? But they're just showing me, now it's got the one who remains. So if there's like redundancies and things like that, looks like you will be remaining in your power, whether you decide to take yourself out of a situation or whether you decide to, I feel like you're in control. With the Magician card, this tells me you're in control of the next part of your career. And we got the Sun card. So this is a positive outcome. Success is assured. Also, this is about truth, light, okay, and finding energy. So if you've been feeling like you've had, a lack of motivation recently, or you've just felt a little bit fed up in things and you felt, you were not in the flow of doing, that's all going to change. This is going to be a month where there's a lot of productivity. They're just showing me that you're very, very talented, you're very creative, and, you're going to be successful in the arena that you work in, and you're going to be stepping into some sort of spotlight because this is your outcome energy, which is light. Okay, so it's almost like hesitant to step into the light, or realizing surprise. It could be a surprise opportunity that comes your way, or a surprise promotion, or maybe a raise or something like that, where you step into the light and it is golden. Now, just as I'm saying golden, they're actually showing me 2 golden feet in the water. 2 golden feet. So either this means you're standing strong and you're golden, or it can mean that you're thinking about the next step and it's going to lead you to a golden opportunity. They just showed me 2 golden feet. So maybe you can see a poster or a piece of art that's got 2 golden feet in front of you, or maybe you just bought a trinket that had 2 golden feet, or someone's going to send you an image of feet, yellow feet or golden feet. So please take it as it resonates. I'm not really sure how it can resonate. It could also be if you're going for a new opportunity, that company's got 2 golden feet on it, but it may be that you're on the right path, or your path is golden, or you're about to take the next step and it's really close to achieving your goal. We got the 3 of discs. Now this talks about work, teamwork. So that's why I'm keeping it quite localized as to who you work with and what's going on within your workspace, because I feel like you're really contemplating your next move that will transform everything, and it sees you being really like admired for your work, but also celebrated. And with the 3 of works, the 3 of Pentacles there, this is about, collaboration or skill. Some of you may be thinking about partnering up with others, but I really feel like people are talking about your craftsmanship behind your back. They're talking about it in a really good way. This is a card of talent. This is a card of someone being appreciated and someone who, is an integral member of a team or a company. So I feel like people in positions of power, if you work for, a company, then they are noticing you. You are being noticed by the hierarchy, and you're being tapped to rise, to elevate, okay? The one who rises. And it's someone who's either got really good advice, or someone in a position of power who wants to elevate you because they see the potential in you and more. Now, if you work for yourself, of course, I feel like this is you potentially thinking about collaborating with other people, but it could also be you sort of building a solid foundation on the efforts you've already built so far. This is about building your wealth, starting from, not from scratch, because you've come from a long way so far, but this is about you recognizing that you're on the right path. Now, this card also connects to teachers and students. So I feel like this is about you growing your knowledge and building collaboratively in some area of your career. So it could be that, for example, you're setting up your own business and you need to reach out to someone who deals in contracts, and you need to seek out a person in authority like a solicitor, or a lawyer, or someone who would help you with legalities and things like that. So I feel like business is thriving, your career is thriving in some way, and I do feel like there's new contracts to be signed. So whether this is a new opportunity, I mean, it says here the one who remains, but it's the one who remains in their power. Because we got a Six of Swords, which means you're being moved out of troubled waters. You were going through a real test when it came to your career, and it may have felt a little bit turbulent, but actually things are going to get better. Things are looking up. You're in a transition period. Now, some of you may be actually relocating to a new job, or maybe even just a new office. There's some sort of change that means you move in some area in your career. But this is also about the journey, the transition. And this is about you... if you've had any obstacles, I feel like you've explored a way to overcome those obstacles and find a way to move forward. I mean, this is a card of evolution. So I really feel like this is your guides moving you out of a difficult time so that you totally boss up. And the next card we have here is the Prince of Swords. Now, the Prince of Swords is, you know, the equivalent of the Page of Air, or the Page of Swords, which is all about being very curious. And it tends to connect to being very curious about a new focus, or investigating either a new way of doing something that you do in your workspace so that you create enjoyment, or try and find that spark, that mojo that you may have lost, or that motivation. You know, sometimes if we do something the same all the time, it becomes a little bit humdrum. So you may be finding a different way of doing something, or responding to something differently that actually excites you about your job again. But it can also mean that you're curious about another opportunity. So I feel like this is something you're thinking about, going in a different direction in some way, and you may be investigating it before you take a leap of faith. Or there, I mean, as I said, pages, they tend to bring news. So I feel like there is an energy here of you being headhunted. Okay, so I feel like either someone is noticing the awesome work that you do, and they're going, hey, I've got a business that I think you'd be awesome working with me. You know, do you want to, I mean, it could be a partnership. It could be that they've got an opportunity for you. I feel like, as I said, you go to, some of you are going to go to like an event that's either volunteer work or a charity event or something like that. And you're going to meet somebody who like headhunts you, basically. It's like, oh, wow, you do that because we're looking for one of those. I don't know. Could I tempt you over to the other side? There's something here about a tempting offer coming on in. Now I'm going to pull a card on that. I mean, look at that word says determination. Now, Page of Swords is also about eagerness, and I always connect this card to genius, you know, so clarity of mind, someone who's got a lot of intelligence, someone who's also got a lot of focus. But this could be you calculating your next move before you decide to take it. Again, this card also is about curiosity, so you could be learning new skills or learning something new about your current position, where you can implement it and ask for more money later on. We do have the Devil card, and I want to pull a card on this. Now, the Devil card and the Justice card and the Determination card, it's like sometimes in between your determination to get what you deserve and what you desire, you become a little bit obsessive, okay? So you may burn the candle at both ends, but it also could be that you're actually, there's something holding you back, and it could be that you're working in a toxic environment, and in some way, somebody at your workspace is holding you back in some way. So I need to pull a card just to get a little bit more energy on it, because it's not really yielding much energy, that card. Thank you so much. Even though it's a Devil card, it should really give a lot of energy. Queen of Wands, okay? So this is about your energy, your passion for what you do. You're very determined, and that's wonderful. You got a lot of attention. All your attention is on work, is what they're showing me, and you know, you're magnetizing what you truly desire towards you. You are a very attractive prospect at your work or within your sector. So if you are going for new opportunities, you're above the competition, is what they're showing me. Now, also, the Queen of Wands can mean that there is someone at your workspace that you are attracted to, or they're attracted to you, and this could be detrimental to your career, okay, or to your position. King of Swords, and it may not be, so for example, if there's someone here that has an attraction to you, they may, and you're not attracted to them back. I mean, it could be someone who's in a position of power. The King of Swords in the reverse is someone who's corrupt or abusing their power in some way. So I would be mindful of that, okay? You may feel like they're targeting you. I mean, it doesn't have to be that they're giving you unhealthy advances, if you know what I mean. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't have to mean that. It can mean that someone is very cold towards you, or cutting, or in some way is deliberately being unkind or cruel in some way, because they see you as being this bright energy that has a lot of attention, perhaps, or has a lot going for you. This is your lust for life. This is you being that feisty, confident person, and it feels like someone is having their nose rubbed up the wrong way because of your confidence. So remember, people do not try to knock you if you're below them. They try to knock you if you're above them. So just be mindful of that energy. And if it's someone in a position of power, it means they feel you're a threat, because they think that you can take their throne. And looking at your cards, they're absolutely right. You could take their job in a heartbeat. So I feel, just be mindful of that energy, okay? But they're also showing me as well, don't let your passion override your reasoning, because there's two opportunities here. Now, one of them really speaks to your heart, and the other one, it really speaks to your heart also, but it may come with trappings. For example, there may be a career clause in there that's like, you have to give us your life for 2 years or something like that, or the contract is 5 years and it cannot be broken, or you will get this salary, but your starting salary is half of what we're going to give you in the future in 6 months if we feel like you're the right candidate. It can mean that there's a small little clause there that you either miss because you're passionate and excited to take the job, or it's like, make sure you read on the dotted line. Make sure you are thinking logically and not just with your passion. But Virgo, we're talking about you. So you would always look with, reason and instinct in equal measure. And, you got intense focus, you would know. We got the Justice card, which is about you getting a fair deal. This is also about, it's like cause and effect, this card. It's like, what you put in, you will get out. So if you're working really hard and you're like laser focused, of course, you're going to be very, very successful, but you could also burn yourself out, and it could lead to disruption long term if you're not giving yourself some time to rest. Justice card indicates you're going to get what you truly deserve, but there could also be contracts involved in this particular month, like you signing contracts. So pay close attention to the small print. Very important. You wouldn't want any nasty surprises later on. Always go with your intuition. The Justice card also reminds you that it's important. There's an important decision that you need to make, and your destiny or your future self will actually thank you for the decision you make in this moment. So be clear on what you want and make sure it's reciprocity. You're looking at all the effort that you put into things and whether it's worth it, whether you get the right rewards out. And if it's not, you're making changes, okay? Now, they're also giving me that this Justice card, as you can see, Justice card there, it's number 8 in this deck. Normally, it's number 11 in the Major Arcanas, but it's number 8. So this is about you also being honest with yourself. Where does your heart reside, okay? I'm just going to pull a quick card on that Justice card. Being honest with yourself. If you're not getting a good deal, or if you feel a bad vibe about a company and things like that, you got to look at what you're getting out of it, because it's all about reciprocity. It's not what they can do for you. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I got that wrong. They'll give me the sentence and I said it wrong. It's not what you can do for them, it's what they can do for you. You need to change your mindset sometimes, because you're always an energy of being in service. So it is, sometimes you overgive. Sometimes you do too much because you're really passionate about your job, or, interestingly, we got the Queen of Wands again, but this time in the reverse. Okay, now we got the Queen of Wands here, we got the Three of Swords, and we've got the Page of Swords, all in reverse. Now, the Three of Swords in the reverse basically means it's an end of a difficult time, and you won't have to fight your way through anymore. That you won't have to be battling your way through. This indicates that if someone has done you a hardship, they may even come to make amends with you. Someone who perhaps you try not to think about, someone who tried to knock your confidence in some way. They're just showing me that that person will get their karma. Okay, it's an end of a difficult time though. The Page of Swords indicates in the reverse that someone was being deliberately unkind, or there was some issue. Now also, this is not going to resonate for everyone. This is a small portion. I'm getting 5%. They're showing me number 5. 5% energy of someone feeling a little bit like deflated if you had a tax bill that was higher than you expected. They're indicating, don't worry, things will level itself out. You will recoup the energy, you will recoup the money, and it will balance itself out. So they just want you to be aware of that, okay? But you're, rather than like seeing the outcome, what they're showing me is that you're going to be very successful, but they're just showing me you working through something with regards to your career right now, about making a move or making a change in some way, and working smarter, not harder, okay, is what I'm getting, and that you will be rewarded for your work, basically. I'm just going to see if there's any final messages for you regarding your career. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to know? Ooh. Okay, we got change. So yeah, they're definitely giving me this energy that you're navigating some sort of major change in your career or thinking about it. But it's for the better. It's absolutely for the better. Okay, we've got, wow, it came out as well, counselor. So I was picking up that energy. You're really good at that. We got business as well. They want me to go one more. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. And we got options. So, I mean, every single thing that I mentioned in your reading, you could have got any card here. I mean, you could have got, well, they want you to see that for sure, because I never really go to the bottom of the deck. I was going to open the deck, but they kind of guided me towards the bottom. So success will find you. Absolutely. As I said, I feel like some of you are going to be headhunted. You will be found. But you could have got unethical. You could have got hard work in silence. You could have got new money, which I feel like there is money on the other side. You could have got animals. You could have got any cards in this deck, but you got all the cards that the same energy was coming out in your reading. Change, counselor, business, options. You know, that's the same from 3 decks that I've already used. So we got change there. As you can see, something frozen. Maybe you felt like you've lost your passion, or you feel like it's been a very difficult, cold environment. If you are looking for work, it could be that economically you feel a bit frozen out because there's nothing out there right now. As you can see, things are starting to thaw out, and that energy, I mean, it's all golden right there. So they keep giving me this golden kind of energy for you. They show me a golden cat with the paw moving. They show me golden feet. So, and then this golden energy here. It says, there's a change coming for the better. Sorry, I'll start again. There's a change for the better coming your way. Embrace it. Just because you don't see any movement, it doesn't mean nothing is happening. Sometimes to see the change, you must be the change. So that's all about, I mean, you're contemplating a change right here. Whether it's a change in the way that you work so that you have healthier work boundaries. You know, sometimes if you work from home, for example, you're always on the clock because you find it hard to switch off, and it's always difficult. So, you know, it depends really on what it is you're thinking about changing in your career. We've also got counselor, and it says here, may be the time for some emotional healing of your own past to release. Careers in counseling, psychic work, or energy healing may appeal to you. Your mental or emotional troubles could be blocking your abundance, okay? So if you've been going through a difficult time, or you went through a separation or a divorce or something like that recently, I mean, it doesn't even have to be recently. If it's caused, you know, it's caused pain and it's still there, definitely something that is may take your focus off work. But I feel like this is more about your understanding of business and people and the human psyche and how you listen to others. You be a perfect leader because you've got a lot of empathy and support for others, okay? And we've also got business. So business, you're going to be very, very productive, as I said, in a good way. It says, do not be intimidated to enter the world of business. You got this. So again, if there's someone at your workspace as well trying to intimidate you, or even if there's a person that is in your world that's like, Virgo, you can't do that. You can't, that dream of yours, no, you'll never achieve that. Don't listen to them. That's their journey. It's not yours. That's them projecting how they feel about their own goals. That's not yours, okay? You're here to rise. That's what they're showing me. It says here, consider executive positions, becoming a CEO or anything in the corporate world. Said you're a leader, right? Elevate your awareness and think bigger if you want different results, and you're going to get them. That is for sure. I cannot believe it. I just looked at the last card because my guides just literally pointed, there's a golden door. Golden door. I just got true chills. Anyway, It says here, options. Many options are becoming available to you now, or you're flooded by too many ideas. Do not get stuck in doubt when an offer presents itself. Seize the moment. Create multiple streams of income. So again, same energy that's coming out in the whole of your reading, but there is a golden opportunity. That door, it's the door that changes everything for you, okay? So watch out for that in the next 4 to 5 weeks. Really exciting times for you, my beautiful Virgo. I mean, it may just be in the form of correspondence, like you may decide to stay where you're at and your boss says, hey Virgo, there's a new opportunity, there's a new position that's become available, or we're making a new position and we think you'd be perfect for it, we're going to offer you more money. So I feel like there's some sort of something headed your way that's really going to change everything and really make you smile and be proud of yourself. Now we've got I am determined. As you can see there, we've got that it's like a hive on her crown chakra there. So busy mind, that's what you've always got, my beautiful Virgo. And you can see all those bees. There's definitely sweet reward for all the hard work that you're putting in there, okay? And we've also got I am open to receive. So you're going to be receiving something, whether it's news of a promotion, raise, maybe more money, maybe it's a new opportunity, maybe you're being tapped for, given some good advice, or even headhunted at this event. That's the energy that I've got coming through. Now, finally, I'm just going to give you a ruin before I close. Is that 3? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. So first one. Okay. So they're giving me this energy of. They did this last time. I feel like I'm on a boat, and last time it was water. So that's what they were trying to show me. I'm getting this energy of, woo, I'm going to have to ground myself, actually. Hang on one moment. I'm going to put them down so I don't look at them. I'm closing my eyes, but I need to ground myself because I feel like I'm on a boat. So either you're on a boat listening to this reading, or maybe you felt a little bit dizzy there for a moment. If that's you, or perhaps you suffer from vertigo or something like that, if this is something new to you, obviously I would go check it out. I'm not a medical professional, so I would check it out. I just got that energy. So that's got to mean this is water. It is. Okay, it is. So that's what they showed me last time. This is all about your emotions, but it's also about your dreams. So whatever it is you are, your goal or your dream is, use your intuition. It will take you where you want to go. Also, as it says here, things like psychic work or spiritual work perhaps, or even like helping others with their goals and dreams. That's something that you're really good at, but I feel like yours are going to be fulfilled through whatever it is that you do, okay? Also, the next one, let me see, I'm closing my eyes for this one. Okay, so we've got this one in reverse. Okay, they're just showing me rewind. So either you've just rewound this video after you, because you wanted to hear me say something else. My guides are just saying rewind. So I'm just taking it, this is upside down, but I'm just getting anxiety with it. So I'm going to look at it because it's making me feel anxious. Okay, yeah. So this is the birch. It connects to birch, this ruin in particular, and in the reverse energy, because you're getting it, normally it would be that way, but it came up this way. This is anxiety. Now this could be some sort of family worry that you have right now, or some sort of anxiety that you have, that you're thinking about something. They want you to be aware to just breathe. They keep giving this energy of just breathe. Do the three breaths. Your guides have got their hands on your shoulders. They're coming back with that energy. So whatever it is you're anxious about, your guides have got your back, and they're guiding you out of troubled waters. You got that 6 of Swords, so all is okay. A solution will be found, because the Justice card is also the solution to any problem. Okay. Now, with this, the only image, I can't really grasp what ruin this is. I gotta be honest. But what they keep showing me is a tennis match, something going back and forth. So either you feel like you're in a tennis match with somebody at work, or an opportunity at work, you're going back and forth. Perhaps you've negotiated a better deal or something like that, or you're doing a business deal and it's just going back and forth. Maybe you're even buying a house or something like that, back and forth. I mean, it could literally mean that you just play tennis or you watch tennis or there's some sort of tennis connection. Maybe you're a tennis coach or something. So please take it as it resonates. I'm not really sure how it does. I'm just going to look at it now because, okay, so we've got, this is about energy. Okay, this is, this rune connects to wood. So this is about energy, stability, positivity, and your knowledge, deep knowledge that you have. Okay. Can also be that you're going up in the world, you're releasing anything from the past, you're elevating. Okay, so positive rune energy coming out there as well. Use your intuition when guiding you, when the right opportunity arises for you. You will instinctively know when it's time to draw back that curtain and step into that spotlight. Okay, so I'll leave it there, my beautiful Virgo. If you'd like to be with a chance to win a free personal reading, all you have to do is write 5 things down on a piece of paper that you would like to release, that you feel are blocking you, and find a creative way to release them. For example, go outside and with that piece of paper with 5 things written on it, and maybe do a safe burning ritual outside in the open, or maybe rip it up into tiny little pieces and on your journey across town, put it in the trash so it's away from you. You will feel lighter once you've done this. So all you have to do in the comments box below is put this sentence: I've let it go, now I'm in the flow. And I'll gravitate towards one lucky subscriber on the 28th of June, and I'll announce the winner's name in a video upload only. Also, if something resonates here, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very, very important for me too. Okay? Thank you so much, my beautiful Virgo. Love and light.